We did our first axis tilt video and showed you the effect of different amounts of axis tilt on the ball motion. What we're going to do now is what we should have shown in the first place, is show you how to figure out what's your axis tilt by taking a measurement. So I'm going to have Ryan throw the ball, bring the ball over here. This is an intel. Throw the ball, bring it over here, and I'm going to mark the ball track and show you how you can measure your own axis tilt off the ball you throw on the lanes. But you got to be quick. You got to do it while the oil's still on the ball. Ryan just threw the ball down the lane, and we're going to measure his axis tilt. We need fresh oil to do it. What we're going to do is we're going to trace the first oil ring on the ball. Okay, here is the initial oil track. You'll notice the ball's flaring away from its initial oil ring. So the ball flares in this direction on the top and in this direction on the bottom. The only one we're interested in is first oil ring. What was the axis tilt when the ball came off Ryan's hand? Okay, there it is. And there's what we're looking for. All right? The way you do this is a sector of a sphere, just to be geometrically correct. We're going to take the prosect and put it across the ball track and get the same number on both sides. Looking at the prosect, we've got 5 3/4 inches on both sides. So that means that his track is 11.5 inches across. 11.5 inches, 11.5 inches equals 13 degrees of tilt. There's a chart, and we'll show you the chart that converts the inches across the ball track on the surface of the ball to the degrees of tilt. So there's how Ryan's done, and just for fun, we'll see he had this much flare in the oil and this much flare in the dry. So by getting actively involved in this, you find out how much tilt you've got, how much flare you have in the oil, how much flare in the dry. You can learn a lot by looking at what goes on with a bowling ball when you get it back. But you got to do it in a hurry because you need the oil on the ball. The axis tilt chart is actually very simple. It converts the distance across the track of the ball on the surface in inches into degrees of tilt, because there is a geometric relationship there. Axis tilt is the vertical inclination of the axis at release. The bigger the track, the distance across the track, the less tilt you have. The smaller the distance across the track on the surface of the ball, the more tilt you have. It's just as simple as that. You convert inches on the surface of the ball to degrees of tilt. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you learned something, because axis tilt is very significant to your success on the lane. If you happen to be a high tilt player or a low tilt player, your choices in balls and your choices in layouts will be totally different. So axis tilt has a lot to do with how successful you are on the lanes. Pay attention.